Good evening. You're now with me, Radiamat, for TVS Nightline. Here are the headlines for tonight. Negotiations on the gas distribution between the Sarawak government and Petronas are still ongoing. Sarawak is set to solidify its position as a global leader in the green hydrogen market. The death toll in Vietnam from Typhoon YAGI, the most powerful typhoon to hit northern Vietnam in 30 years, jumps to 59. Negotiations on gas distribution rights between the Sarawak government and Petroleum Nasional Berhad Petronas are still ongoing. Sarawak Premier Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg affirmed that Petronas remains a strategic partner of the Sarawak government through Petroleum Sarawak Berhad Petros.
Sarawak government through our own oil company Petros, we have a law to regulate distribution of gas. And now Petros become the aggregator. Previously was done by Petronas, but by virtue of our law, Petros is the aggregator of gas. And they work together with Petronas. So there is an ongoing discussion between the two.
He said this in a press conference after receiving a courtesy call from the ASEA's Use of Asia Institute in conjunction with the Asia-Pacific Petroleum Conference in Singapore earlier today. He also commented on recent media reports claiming that negotiations on gas distribution between the Sarawak government and Petronas had reached an impasse, stating that the reports were inaccurate.
Well, the last 2 days have been a lot of debates on this.
Yeah.
Apparently, the information seemed to be not correct. Maybe there is misinformation and not appropriate or correct data.
Previously, Petronas President and Group CEO Tan Sri Tengku Muhammad Taufik Tengku Aziz said that Petronas would remain a strategic partner of Sarawak with significant investment allocations for development.
Sarawak is looking beyond ASEAN in its effort to solidify its position as a global leader in the green hydrogen market and to tap into the vast Asia-Pacific region. Sarawak Premier Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg said Sarawak is continuously exploring new technologies such as hybrid solar wind and solar hydro projects in its pursuit of clean energy.
Sarawak is committed to reducing greenhouse gas emissions and transitioning to a low-carbon economy. We have invested in green technologies, expanding hydropower, solar energy, and diversifying our energy mix with renewables. Hydropower is key to our transition, providing clean energy for our development. We are also expanding into solar and exploring wind potential along our coasts. This innovation complement our hydropower expansion and are pivotal in reducing carbon emission across various sectors. Together with our renewable energy initiative, this hybrid solution underscore our unwavering commitment to sustainable energy development and a low-carbon future.
He said this in his keynote address at the Asia-Pacific Petroleum Conference APEC 2024 in Singapore on Monday. Abang Johari added Sarawak is also advancing the commercial production of sustainable aviation fuel SAF from microalgae, providing sustainable energy solutions across multiple sectors. He noted that the green initiatives underscore Sarawak's unwavering commitment to sustainable energy development and a low-carbon future.
Sarawak is moving to the forefront of sustainable infrastructure development with a focus on building green ports. Sarawak Premier Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg said this also includes expanding Sarawak's role as a green fuel bunkering hub and establishing a common utilities corridor to enhance port facilities.
According to Abang Johari, in order to support Sarawak's clean energy efforts, the state government is building gas terminal facilities and planning a new Kuching International Airport to meet modern transportation and sustainability needs, prioritizing resilient, sustainable infrastructure.
In line with our innovation-driven economy, Sarawak is investing in advanced sectors like avionics and aircraft components and cutting-edge aerospace courses. This initiative aligns with our broad goal of creating a sustainable, innovation-driven economy, equipping our youth with the skill to thrive in high-tech value chain industries and support our economic transformation.
Apart from that, Abang Johari also said that building roads on Sarawak's challenging peat soils poses settlement issues and greenhouse gas risk. To counter this, he said the state government will be constructing elevated roads on peatlands.
This method preserves peatlands' carbon sequestration, supports our carbon capture efforts, and improves transportation efficiency.
These initiatives, he said, reflect the commitment to balancing development with environmental stewardship, ensuring Sarawak leads in sustainable growth.
The legacy and contributions of prominent Dayak leader Tun Dato' Patinggi Temenggung Juga Barieng as one of the key figures in the nation's history should be remembered by all. Premier of Sarawak Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg expressed his deep admiration for Tun Juga's wisdom and profound leadership, who played a fundamental role in bringing Sarawak into the formation of the Federation of Malaysia.
Abang Johari said this in a speech read by Deputy Premier of Sarawak Dato' Amar Douglas Ugah Embas at the Mengenang Negarawan Tun Dato' Patinggi Temenggung Juga Barieng Negarawan Terbilang program held at the Dayak Cultural Foundation on Monday.
Kejayaan Tun Juga mengumpulkan 51 ketua kehakiman serta penghulu kapit sehingga dapat mencapai kata sepakat untuk menyertai Tanah Melayu, Borneo Utara dan Singapura dalam pembentukan Gagasan Malaysia pada 15 Februari 1962 menjadi titik tolak kepada persetujuan penggabungan Sarawak dengan Persekutuan Tanah Melayu untuk menubuhkan Malaysia.
Abang Johari also described Tun Juga as a bridge between the federal and state governments to bring progress to Sarawak. Tun Juga was one of Sarawak's representatives who signed the Malaysia Agreement in London on July 9, 1963, alongside other Sarawak representatives such as Philip Ernest Houston Pike, Abang Haji Mustafa, Ling Beng Siu, and Tun Abang Openg. Due to his credibility, he was entrusted with a federal cabinet portfolio as Minister of Sarawak Affairs from 1963 to 1974. Similarly, Abang Johari also described Tun Juga as wise and dedicated leader who has helped the Pusaka Bumiputra Bersatu PBB party remain a dominant political force in Sarawak until today. These qualities enabled Tun Juga to play a crucial role in safeguarding and protecting the rights and interests of the people of Sarawak.
Sesungguhnya Tun Juga yang juga digelar Apai atau Ayah dalam bahasa Iban menjadi sosok penting yang telah berjuang bagi merdekakan Sarawak dan penumbuhan Malaysia.
Tun Juga's political career reached its peak in 1973 when he became the first president of Parti Pusaka Bumiputra Bersatu PBB after merging Parti Pusaka and Parti Bumiputra. The merger was intended to unite Sarawak's Bumiputra and maintain political stability. Tun Juga was born in a longhouse in Ulu Kapit in 1903. He passed away in 1981.
In other news, Sarawak will host the 2024 Malaysia Parliament and State Legislative Assembly DUN Speakers Conference from September 12 to 13 in Kuching. Sarawak DUN Speaker Tan Sri Dato' Amar Muhammad Asfia Awang Nasar announced that this will be the second time Sarawak is hosting the event, with the last one held 28 years ago.
Seramai 42 orang delegasi persidangan yang tersebut daripada 15 orang speaker, 14 orang timbalan speaker dan seorang ketua pentadbiran parlimen dan 12 orang setiausaha Dewan Negara, Dewan Rakyat dan Dewan Undangan Negeri se-Malaysia yang telah mengesahkan kehadiran untuk menyertai persidangan tahun ini.
He said this to reporters during a press conference at the Sarawak State Legislative Assembly complex on Monday. Asfia also revealed that 3 papers will be presented at the conference, covering various topics including the role of the Assembly in addressing public issues.
So, kertas kerja pertama, persoalan adakah Dewan Negara institusi rubber stamp, kuasa speaker, satu konkret, satu apa tu? Coretan snippet dibentang oleh YB Senator Dato' Awang Bimi, Pengiran Ahli Basah yang Dipertua Dewan Negara. Daripada Dewan Rakyat, kertas kerja memperkukuhkan demokrasi berparlimen melalui penglibatan awam yang progresif.
Commenting further on the amendment of the standing orders, Asfia said that it is crucial to maintain the democratic standards and harmony of parliamentary proceedings. He also said that this step is necessary to strengthen the position of the Speaker both in the House of Representatives and in the state legislative assemblies.
Jadi timbul satu suasana di mana Speaker itu dicabar sama ada di luar atau di dalam Dewan, dan ini akan melemahkan parliamentary demokrasi. Jadi kedudukan Speaker mesti diperkukuhkan. Oleh yang demikian, tajuk mesyuarat ini ialah memperkasakan institusi Speaker.
The amendment of the standing orders is one of the issues to be discussed at the 2024 Malaysia Parliament and State Legislative Assembly Speakers Conference, scheduled to take place in Kuching from September 12. The proposed amendments aim to improve the effectiveness of the existing standing orders, which are deemed inadequate. Some current standing orders are seen as outdated, particularly in light of the frequent use of social media, which is a relatively new challenge not addressed by the existing rules.
Selepas Speaker buat ruling, ahli buat press conference. Kadang-kadang selepas Speaker buat ruling, comments start macam cendawan, tumbuh macam cendawan berkenaan dengan ruling atau bil dalam Dewan itu, rang undang-undang dalam Dewan ini. Jadi kita nak update bagaimana Parlimen atau Dewan dapat menghadapi cabaran dan fenomena baru yang timbul tidak diduga oleh mereka yang membentukkan peraturan mesyuarat. The drafters of the standing orders did not envisage the situation it is now. Situasi, posisi dan kondisi pada masa ini memerlukan satu kajian untuk parliamentarian dan speakers bagaimana menghadapi keadaan tersebut.
Back on TVS Nightline. The United States of America conveyed its highest appreciation to Malaysia over its cooperation in facilitating aircraft manufacturer Boeing's investment in the country. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim said the appreciation was conveyed by U.S. Secretary of Commerce Gina Raimondo in a letter.
Dan kebetulan pagi tadi saya dapat surat daripada Setiausaha Perdagangan Amerika Syarikat yang menyatakan penghargaan tinggi kepada kita kerana kerjasama membolehkan mereka melabur melalui syarikat Boeing di Kedah.
In addition, Anwar said Malaysia has an independent and sovereign foreign policy.
Saya tekankan bahawa dasar luar negara yang bebas dan merdeka seperti Malaysia harus bebas. Ada yang dikatakan centrality. Centrality ini menjadi tonggak dari dasar luar kita. Mengambil sikap yang lebih pragmatik.
He said this at the launch of the Public-Private Partnership Master Plan PCAS 2030 on Monday.
Meanwhile, Anwar also stressed that special attention should be given to the private sector employees in terms of wages, particularly for lower-level workers. According to him, the success of privatization is not only measured by financial profits, but also by the welfare of employees.
Kedua, perumahan mereka. Ketiga, bagaimana dengan pendidikan mereka? Pendidikan anak-anak pekerja. Hal-hal itu mesti diberi perhatian. Barulah bermakna konsep ekonomi yang prihatin, yang mampan. Kerana kemampanan ini bukan sustainability dari sudut keuntungan dan kelestariannya. Kemampanannya ialah kerana ia mengambil kira aspek kognitif yang menyeluruh untuk mengangkat martabat insan itu sendiri.
The responsibility of providing housing, Anwar said, cannot be fully placed on the government. Instead, workers' welfare must be underlined in the privatization process.
The Ministry of Works has identified over 1,000 locations across the country that are prone to landslides. Works Minister Dato' Sri Alexander Nantalinggi said that with this new data, the ministry will be prepared for any possible unexpected incidents in the future.
Kita dah kenal pasti Cerun. Cerun ni lebih 1,000 lokasi yang dikatakan agak mudah untuklah. Jadi kita ada sekadarnya kita pasang alat-alat untuk kita memantau pergerakan tanah tu. Kita tidak mengambil ringan. Kita memang mengambil berat. Kita penting perkara ini berlaku sebab ia akan kesannya merugikan ya, akibatnya harta benda boleh terjejas dan sebagainya, nyawa pun boleh hilang kalau silap-silap.
He said of this in response to the recent sinkhole incident at Jalan Masjid India in Kuala Lumpur on August 23rd. Nanta also said that the National Slope Master Plan PICN, implemented from 2009 to 2023, will be resumed following the recent incident. The plan will be extended until 2035, with more proactive measures to monitor such incidents closely to prevent future occurrences.
Welcome back. The death toll in Vietnam from Typhoon YAGI jumped to 59 as business leaders said the storm had been a disaster for the country's vital manufacturing sector. YAGI, the most powerful typhoon to hit northern Vietnam in 30 years, downed bridges, tore roofs off buildings and damaged factories after making landfall on Saturday, carrying winds in excess of 149 kilometers per hour.
Power blackouts caused major disruptions to factories in northern Vietnam, which is a major production hub for global tech firms such as Samsung and Foxconn. The north was also battling serious flooding on Monday, with several communities partially underwater. State media reported that the storm killed 59 people in Vietnam, 44 of them in landslides and flash floods. Meanwhile, authorities said on Monday that 247 people had been injured. At least 24 others were killed as YAGI tore through southern China and the Philippines before hitting Vietnam. Across northern Vietnam, 5.7 million customers were hit by power blackouts on Saturday and Sunday. Some 1.5 million people were still without electricity on Monday, and a major bridge across the swollen and fast-moving Red River collapsed in northern Phu Châu province. Disaster authorities said 130 locations in 17 cities and provinces across Vietnam's north were at high risk of flooding and landslides.
Capping up the Nightline tonight, the Moroccan authorities reported that 11 people have died and 9 others are missing due to floods caused by an exceptional weather event in the southern part of the country. Heavy rains triggered floods in several areas of Morocco, which had been experiencing a 6-year-long drought.
Its Ministry of Interior spokesperson Rashid Khalfi revealed that the casualties were reported after severe thunderstorms struck 17 administrative districts and regions in Morocco. Of the death toll, 7 victims were found in the Tata region, about 740 kilometers south of Rabat, while 2 others were in Arabia, approximately 500 kilometers east of Marrakesh. One of the victims is known to be a foreign national, but further details about the person have yet to be disclosed. Khalfi added that the amount of rainfall recorded in 2 days was equivalent to the usual annual average for that area.
See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates both locally and internationally. For more headlines anytime, anywhere, just head on to our official website at tvsarawak.my or follow us on our social media platforms at TV Sarawak. And those were the updates on TVS Nightline. I'm Razi Ahmad. Thank you for watching and have a good night.